Scott, thank you for joining us. After a tough defeat on Tuesday, we're back on the road this weekend as we face Stevenage. Can I get your thoughts out of that one?
Yeah, I think given kind of how we played the other night and the fact that we didn't get anything from the game, we're desperate to get back out there and play again. You know, we want to put that right, obviously. So a game we're looking forward to, very much so. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, really. I can't give you much more than that we're really looking forward to the game.
Yeah, we spoke to Charlie after the Peterborough match, and it was almost hard to watch because he looked so disappointed, as you naturally would, having played that well. And his message was, I'm so upset that the lads have played that well and not got anything out of the game. What's the reaction been like as you've come back into the building on Thursday? Is it sort of more of the same, or is it sort of, as you say, is that turned into a positive energy of wanting to attack the next game?
Positivity, that's all we can be, because we can't, I don't want there to be any negative faces or body language or anything like that, because we played so well and deserved so much more than we got. And football, unfortunately, has a habit of doing that every now and then. And we have to take it and move on. I've kind of forgot about it now. We have to. And we debriefed it this morning and kind of showed lots of positive clips to the players to reinforce what we're doing. And we showed one or two little bits where we can be better as well. I think it's always important to always have that learning aspect about what a debrief looks like. And players have been brilliant. You know, I can't ask them for any more than they're doing, really. I can't, you know, they're working so hard. You look at the distance covered the other night, it's just ridiculous. And they didn't deserve to lose that game. So, yeah, it's all positive. The mood in the camp's good. We're in a good place. Whilst I know we're in a precarious position, but I think there's a lot of belief in the dressing room now.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the running stats, actually, because they were absolutely incredible on Tuesday night, which is exactly what we want to see. And I suppose, especially to the players, then hurts even more when you don't come out and you've put that much effort in, you come out sort of empty-handed. But on the flip side of that, has that sort of caused any issues with sort of injuries, fitness, or are the lads fit enough to be consistently doing that, you know, Tuesday, Saturday?
No, they're so robust and fit, really, you know. I think we ran over 111 kilometres collectively as a group, which is incredible. We probably need to get around 109 in order for us to win or draw a game. We got to 111 and lost. So, but like I say, it wasn't the reflection of that. We deserved far much more than we got. But now the players have recovered really well. Obviously, we've had a training session today, more for the top-up group than the group that have played. So the group that played have had more of an off-feet day today. Tomorrow we'll put another session into them on the grass, where I'll coach the team and put the detail into them about how I see the team looking against Stevenage. And then we travel on the day because it's not miles away. Well, it is miles away, but it's not too far. So yeah, we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I suppose we don't have to overcome an issue of us not scoring enough goals. Since you've come in, the 3 games, you've scored 8 goals. So it must be nice not knowing that you sort of don't have that problem where you're sort of teaching the players how to put the ball in the back of the net again, because it's come so naturally to them so far.
Yeah, I think so. I think you look at the lads at the top end of the pitch, I think they're all capable of scoring goals. And then you saw kind of last Saturday where we had 2 lads who come off the bench and scored as well, in Gav and Pan. So yeah, there's plenty of goals in the team. We've just got to make sure that we keep things tight at the back. And obviously we conceded 4 goals on Tuesday night. I think a lot of them goals came from probably too much transition. So when we press high up the pitch, ball turns over, ball goes south, we've got to all do a little bit more to get back into a defensive shape. I didn't think we did that well enough, but spoke about that today in the meeting, and the players completely understand. I've been really clear with it, so hopefully we'll see an improvement regarding that.
Yeah, and obviously, as you say, Stevenage, not a million miles away on the day for the players, on the day for the fans as well. A nice, easy one to get to. You can get there directly from Crawley on the train. So, firstly, how good would it be to see, a really large following there? The ticket sales have been very good already. And secondly, I suppose Stevenage, with it being one of the smaller grounds we play at, it's a chance for the Crawley fans to make that stadium their own on a day like that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what they always do anyway. The fans always make most noise when we go away. I think pretty much even the start of this season when I was the manager, and of course since I've been in, they made the noise at Rotherham for me. I thought they were loud. I think they've been loud at, I remember the Cambridge game, they were loud. Wrexham, they were loud. Do you know what I mean? So every time we've gone away, they've always been really loud. I mean, to say you could hear them at Wrexham is a credit, really, because obviously with a packed stadium and that. So, yeah, I expect my fans to be like that everywhere we go. I think they're brilliant, and yeah, we're hopeful that we can give them something to cheer about after the game.
Perfect.
Talking about scoring goals, Sam mentioned there that you scored a few. Knowing you and how you set up your teams, you just want to score as many goals as possible. I did a few predictions earlier about results, etc., and goal difference could be absolutely key or come into that final day. Is that something you bring into your team talks about the goal difference in the future, or is that adding too much pressure? No,
I actually mentioned it. I actually mentioned the fact that try and score a lot of goals based on the fact that we might need that extra point as it is in terms of goal difference at the end of the season. That might be the difference. And when you look at our goal difference and Bristol Rovers' goal difference, we're not miles off it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know our goal difference is really poor because of the season that we've had. But we're not miles away from Bristol Rovers, certainly. So the importance is, I think we're only 4 goals. I might be wrong.
It is 4 goals with Bristol
Okay,
Rovers.
so 4 goals. So it's not. You think you win 2-0, 2-0. All of a sudden you kind of level with them. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of the idea. Obviously, if they don't score or don't win, should I say? So, So yeah, we're mindful of that. I certainly am. I mentioned it to the players to try and put the ball in the net as many times as we can, sort of thing. And I think that's probably why that game was so aggressive Tuesday night and so open, because you had two teams that are capable of scoring goals, but. We have to play that way. We have to play at full tilt at the moment. We can't be where we're slow with the ball and more control. We have to play full tilt in order for us to get what we need to get. And it might cost us, like it did the other night. It cost us the other night where we're throwing bodies forward. We're really aggressive on the press. We're really aggressive the way we're playing. And then it kind of leaves us a little bit skinny on transitions, which is why the players need to run back really quickly into that thickened shape to stop the opposition from hurting us, which is it is what it is. We've got, massive games coming up now, and we've got to just put every single ounce of effort into that, whether that's scoring goals or running back and doing a defensive job as well. But yeah, we've certainly got goals in the team. We just need to continue that, really, I think that's important.
Yeah. And how is the squad looking? Are you expecting Dion to be involved on Saturday?
Yeah, Dion's trained today. We're going to assess again tomorrow, and then make a decision based on what I see tomorrow. So I'm not 100% decided yet.
Yeah, and does it give you a selection headache with the club captain coming back in with the defenders? I know Tuesday night they let him 4, but 2 clean sheets before that. Is it a tough decision to make?
No, it's never a tough decision when Dion Conroy's involved because he's a top player. So, no, I think it's. I think if he's available, then he'll probably play. So yeah. Yeah.
And I'm interested in what you say to a player like Adi Adeyemo after Tuesday night. Obviously, he's going to be disappointed. Is it something you just move on from straight away, or how do you deal with that? Because he's obviously going to be disappointed.
Haven't even mentioned it to him.
No.
Not even mentioned it to him.
So I'm not mentioning it
now. No, but yeah, I think that's kind of like management in itself.
Yeah.
The fact that I've not made a big thing of it, I've not mentioned it. He knows. He's like, he's a professional footballer who's desperate to do well for the lads in the team. He doesn't. What's he gonna get from me saying you shouldn't have done that? He knows that,
Yeah.
So there's no point. And listen, he's desperate to get back and defend. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that he's so willing to do well for the team and make a tackle, is credit to him. He just got it wrong.
Yeah.
And that happens. And I'm not gonna hit him with a stick with that. I want the players to feel a freedom and feel that they're cared for and feel that they can, and they will make mistakes, and it's acceptable, as long as you don't make too many of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking ahead, whatever happens between now and the end of the season, I think because of what's happened in the last 3 games, there's optimism going forward, whatever happens. Have you been given any indication yet, or assurances from the owners that you will have the similar squad to work with next season?
I think I've been the victim of my own success in these first 2 games. Except everyone's now expecting us to stay up in it, so
yeah, absolutely.
pressure's on a little bit. No, it's a good question. I think from an ownership point of view, to myself, that we're kind of having the discussions that let's just get the job done, or try and get the job done and see what happens, and then from there we then need to assess the squad accordingly. I think the minute I take my eye off trying to do the job and start talking about the squad for next season and what it's going to look like in this division, what it's going to look like in that division, then maybe I take my eye off the ball too much and maybe I don't get the job done. Yeah. So I think it's really important that I focus on that. We've already had discussions about the squad already, not in depth, but just to kind of understand who is in and out of contract. So I understand. Yeah. So I need to assess kind of training sessions and everything, because there's some players that probably I need to look at in training because they might not get as many minutes out on the pitch. That's normal. So I am doing that. And yeah, I think you're constantly assessing anyway the squad, whether you've been in a club for 10 minutes or 10 years. I think you're constantly doing that anyway. But my sole focus at the moment is to try and keep in this division, and until we know whether we have or we haven't done that, that's when we'll get to work a little bit more.
Brilliant. Good luck, Saturday.
Thank you.